Hello, hello, hello. Happy Mindset Mondays. Come on in, come on in. My name is Angel Abdul-Matin, and I'm here to present another week of some dropping y'all some knowledge. I am reading from John Maxwell's book. Mine is all tattered. The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And today we will be talking about the law of design. Today we are talking about the law of design. Make sure I am connected in all the right places. The law of design. Power for more. I don't see me here. I do this every week. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in. I don't see me on this one. A power for more. Oh, here I go. There I go. So come on in. Drop where you're watching me from and drop a number. So drop a number in the comment, any number. Okay, any number. I do a drawing for a free, you get a copy. I pay for it, but I send it to you free if you just drop a number. And congratulations to Jessica Scott. She is our winner from last week. And last week we were doing the law of environments. So there were a lot of exercises that needed to be done. And so it's really helpful to get the book. If you don't get it, like just take a chance, drop your number in the comment, and you could be that next person that wins a book. All right. I am a member of the John Maxwell leadership team, and this is his book. This is one of the books that he's written. It's on my heart to be able to impact and share and serve the community. And I'm so thankful that Christy has opened this up for me to be able to do so. All right. So today we're talking about the law of design. This is, I'm not going to say this is a feel good chapter, but it is a chapter of work. And to me, it's one of the most important chapters because it's where you begin to plan and look at, review and repeat and redo certain things that you've already done before and change things that you like, this didn't work. So this is a really important chapter, as they all are, but you can see how they build up one to another. And this one says, if you don't design, and I like this, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you're falling into someone else's. Okay. Chances are you're falling into someone else's. So think about what you're doing in your life. Like, what is it you want to do? What have you done? Right. Oh, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. I'm just started. I'm excited about this one because this is the work. This is the work that's getting done for this one. So again, this is the law of design. To maximize growth, you have to develop strategies. Okay. To maximize growth, you have to develop strategies. I'm going to put a pin in that one. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's. And John Maxwell kind of starts with how he does his process. And I found it very helpful. He starts by glancing backwards. He says, glancing backwards and planning forward. Okay. Glancing backwards and planning forward. All right. I'm trying to wait. I'm just getting into this. Glancing backwards. At the beginning of every year, he looks, he says, after all of, the hoopla of the holiday, he looks back. He glances back at his calendar. So if you don't keep a calendar, a planner, get one. Every year I take my plan, and I've done this now because of this book. Like I told you, I've had this book for a while. So I take my calendar out and I look at everything that I did for last year. I try my best to write everything down, what I did, plans I had, vending for my business, vending events, things I did with the family, birthdays, like everything is on this calendar. And the goal is to look back and then start planning for your next year. Okay, start planning for your next year. What I realized in the last year when I looked through the book, my planner, I was like, wow, I didn't take a family vacation. We didn't take a family vacation last year. The year went by so fast and so much stuff happened, but we didn't take a vacation. We didn't take a family vacation, and my husband and I didn't take a vacation together, a vacation. We didn't take that either. So My goal this year is to make sure we take a vacation together and one as a family. So that was one of the first things. Then I looked at how much business I did, how much time I spent working out, taking care of my health, how much time I spent with friends. Like I literally look back how much time I spent networking, talking to other people because I work from home. And so because I do my business full time at home, I realize I'm not networking enough. I'm not getting out enough. So that automatically has me now thinking to change some things for this year. All right. To change some things for this year. So glancing backwards to plan forwards. And I'm going full speed because this chapter is full of great knowledge. Great knowledge. Come on in, come on in. Drop where you're watching me from and drop a number in the comment if you don't have the book and you would like an opportunity to win a book. Okay, Jessica Scott is our winner from last week. So I say congratulations to her. She sent her address and I will be ordering this book and it'll be delivered to your door. All right, that is my way serving, giving back. All right. So we started with if you don't design your life, chances are you'll fall into someone else's life plans. Okay, that kind of falls in what we did last week, right? You got to endorse somebody else's life plans, dreams. That's it, right? You don't want to do that. So you start at the beginning of the year, and this is the great time because he talks about glancing backwards to plan forward. Look at your calendars. Look at your planners. Put a 1 in a comment if you have a planner, like you keep a planner for yourself. Put a 1 in the comment. Right. I used to didn't have a planner, but now I do, and I document everything. And that helps you to plan forward. How much stuff you did, what you didn't do. It gives you puts you in a mind frame of how productive or not productive your year was. But don't come at it with a place of regret. Like he says, don't do that. People looking like, oh, I didn't do this. Like I said, I didn't take a trip. We didn't take a family trip. We didn't take a vacation. We did a lot of stuff, but I didn't even realize in the process of all that stuff, we didn't take time, my husband and I, to do a couples thing. So I know we need to pour more into ourselves. All right. We need to pour more into ourselves. He says, life lessons. Life is very simple, but keeping it that way is difficult. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, keeping it that way is difficult, but only if we don't have a plan. Okay. But life is truly really simple. The things we let things muddy the water, but it's really simple if we keep it that way. He says, because he says the secret is found in simplicity. Keep it simple. Don't have you ever planned for a party and something went wrong and you got all upset? Like, oh, but I had this plan and if you're like, I'm a planner. So I have specific things I want it to look a certain way. I want it like everything has to be a certain way. And then when it doesn't, I get all, oh my God, isn't that my daughter's really great at reading me. This is great when you have adult children. And she's like, Mom, it's going to be okay. I'll just go get the cups. It's a different cup. We'll go there. I'll take care of it. Simplified it just like that. Simplified it. So depending on your personality too, you may make your life more complicated. And sometimes I do. So he says too, designing your life is more important than designing your career. Designing your life is more important than designing your career. And I love this part. He says the problem is that most people don't spend time planning their careers either. You don't plan your life or your career. And he says, but people will spend time planning for a Christmas vacation. You'll spend time planning for a vacation or a trip. But he says, why? Because people focus on what people focus on what they think will give them the greatest return. They think the greatest return. Planning your life is about finding yourself. That is me. Planning your life is about finding yourself and knowing who you are. All right. I got to put that there. Planning your life is about finding yourself and knowing who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, if you haven't realized it yet, I am 52. I am 52 and I'm just realizing who I am. And I realized some of the things that I've taken part of, challenges, things other people are doing, isn't really important to me. It isn't. And I had to realize, why are you doing this? You don't want this title, you don't want this accolade, you don't really care about that stuff. Why are you doing it? So you got to know who you are and what is it you want out of your life. And then you will start customizing a life that makes sense. All right? Then you will start customizing a life that makes sense. And I haven't looked in the comments, guys. I'm sorry, because I got a lot of good stuff here and I want to make sure you guys see it. Make sure. Any comments? You guys see it. I'm sorry. No, I always do that. Oh, Brooklyn's in the house. Good morning, Athens, Georgia. Hey, Jen. Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. So yeah, see, I got off track that quick. But yes, so designing your life is more important than designing your career. Okay. Even your moms, and I love this because even if you don't have your own business, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're an entrepreneur, you're whatever it is that you are in this, you're a friend. What do you want from your friendships? If they're not fulfilling, what is it that you want? Maybe that's not the friend you think you need. All right. Maybe that's not the friend you think you need. So think about that. That friendship maybe isn't serving you. Remember, we talked about our environment, the law of environment. That's those people you are around, things like that. So you got to think about that part. The next thing is, as you're going through your life, you need to learn to develop strategies. And that's where the focus of this is today. Developing strategies and depend on systems. I have systems for everything. Well, I'm trying to develop systems for everything, but I am a person who works great in systems. And if I don't have a system, I create one. All right. Because he says life is in practice. Like when you're doing it, you're doing it. You get ready to do it. How to accomplish something strategically? You say you got to do it on a consistent basis by creating and using systems. One of our greatest secrets of personal growth and high productivity is using systems for everything. He uses systems for everything. Like when I leave my house, I know traffic is back, even without Waze. I know if I leave at a certain time, when I used to drive to work, if I left at 7 o'clock, I got to take one direction. If I left earlier, I got to take another direction. If you know what I'm saying? I had systems. I know where to go, how long it's going to take me. Everything is by timing. I know if I have to pick up my mom somewhere, I got to leave a little earlier. Okay. Because I'm going to have to go upstairs where she's at, help her systematically do everything. All right. He says systems permit ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results predictably. You know what to do, and if you're a person who procrastinates, which I was a big procrastinator. I'm still struggling with it, but I'm getting there. I create systems. I do the same thing. How many people first thing in the morning, put a 3 in the comment, if you make up your bed first, as soon as you get up? That's a system thing. I literally make up the bed. So as soon as I get up, that's the first thing I do in the morning. Now, if my husband is still in the bed, then he's the one that's supposed to make it up. And for a long time in our marriage, he wouldn't. And I'd come upstairs and I had like a straight attitude. I don't know why. I had to ask myself about that. But I was raised that way. My mom military, and it was like, make that bed up. That's the first thing you accomplish in your day. And so a made up bed to me represents an accomplishment. So when I come back upstairs later and it's not made, it feels like something's out of place. So he's now on board. He understands it's important to me. So he will make up the bed. If he gets out last, he makes up the bed. Sometimes he tries to jump up first just so I can be the one to make it up. But I have no problem with it. That is my first accomplishment of the day. All right. Jennifer said 3. She does. Yeah. It's some people I know don't never make up the bed. Somebody's like, for what? I'm getting back in it. I can't even get into a bed that's not made up. Isn't that crazy? But yes. So accomplishments, systems, things that you do. You might say, I don't know what a system is. What do you mean systems? Systems are processes of predictably achieving a goal based on a specific orderly, repeated principles, and it's something you do all the time. All the time. I use my notes on my phone. When I take notes now, I categorize it by either church. If I'm at church and I find good things people are saying, I put it there so I can give credit. If I find something for my paparazzi stuff or my jewelry stuff, I put it there. If it's appointments and stuff I have, but I keep it all in one place. Notes, and then I have a boards app where I keep things I can just copy and use. But I have a system because he says most people, let me go to this next one. Systems are deliberate, they're intentional, and they're practical. They're not hard things. Everybody got a note section on their phone, whether it's Android or iPhone. I have an iPhone, so I put it there. Why do I have it there? Because I can share it to my computer. That's a Mac, my tablet, everything's connected. So wherever I am, I have access to it quickly. So again, creating systems that will allow you to be productive. All right. Remember, what did it say? Systems permit ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results. I'm ordinary. Nah, I'm extraordinary. I'm going to say I'm extraordinary. I'm not saying I'm ordinary anymore. I am. God made me to be extraordinary. So I'm going to say at one time, I believed I was just ordinary. But now I'm like, you're not ordinary. All right. And everybody who's watching, you better know you're extraordinary. You just got to tap into it and believe it and move that way. So let's look at some of systems. Effective systems means taking the big picture into account. All right. Look at the big picture. Start with the end in mind. What is it you want out of your life, right? I've read this so much, I'm not even really looking at the book. But what is it that you want in your life? All right. It says, when I started creating systems, he says, for my personal growth, they were very targeted. People who excel, regardless of their profession, develop systems to help them achieve the big picture. You got to figure out what the big picture is. All right. If I want to win, if I want to lose weight, what is your goal? What is the end goal? And then you create systems for it. I already know because I'm on a healthy journey. There are certain foods I just can't have in my house. My mom makes the best brownies. Get ye back. That's what I said. Because if they're in my house, I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night and I hear it like, oh, them brownies down there, they moist, they got them almonds in it, or pecan, whatever she puts in them chocolate. Oh, they're delicious, moist. I'm upstairs asleep, and something wakes me up like I gotta have one of them brownies. I say, I'm just gonna take a piece. No. So I put things in place not to eat things. I make sure I have I like grapefruit in the morning. I get up, I eat myself first before I make breakfast for my family. So then I'm not tempted, I'm not hungry, and I'm not tempted to eat what they're eating. Okay? So what is the big picture? What is it you want? I want to be able to get back into my clothes that I used to have, that I spent all this money on, and I'm not buying any new clothes that are bigger. I want to be able to do that. My knees feel better because now I have lost weight and it is not all that pressure from an injury I had from working out. Like, what is my big picture? If you don't have a big picture, then you're not going to stick to your systems. You're not even going to create systems. So that is important. What is important to you? If you want to be successful in your business, what do you need to do? What trainings do you need to go on? Put it in your calendar. I have reminders in my phone for everything. Reminders. Where did I get that from? Watching some lives from other people. Christy came on and said, do things in 15-minute increments and then give a timer and get it done. That has helped me. That's being systematic. All right. The next thing is effective systems make use of priorities. What's important to you? A system is of limited help. If a system is of limited help to you, if it doesn't take into account your priorities, what is important to you? Okay. What is important to you? If sleep is important, and I'm not even being funny, but some people have to get a certain amount of sleep. So you can't do some of these things that people are asking you to do, or contests or things, and you're up late and then you're cranky and you're not productive. What is your priority? Is your priority to make more money? Is your priority to have more time freedom? If your priority is to feel healthier, be better, what is your priority? And then you'll create your systems to facilitate, to benefit what it is that you want. All right. So you got to figure out what your priorities are. Perhaps the best question, he says, you can memorize and repeat over and over. What is the most valuable use of my time right now? What's the most valuable use of my time? I'm big on time. Unhappiness is not knowing what you want and killing yourself to get it. Oh my goodness. That's unhappiness. You ever take time and you're doing things over and over and over, and you're not really happy. Even if you're winning at it, you're not really happy. That was me. I was winning at the stuff I was doing, even when I worked as a teacher at that time period. I don't know what God has in store for me. That may come full circle, but I was doing a great job. But I was not. It was not what I wanted anymore. And it says you're killing yourself to get it. That is unhappiness. Figure out what you want. Prioritize what you want to be happy. All right. Prioritize it. The next thing is for this one, 3, because I want to make sure I get through all of these. Effective systems include measurement. If you don't have any form of measurement, that's that accountability, that's that SMART goals. If you don't have something like, did I meet this goal? It's measurable, then what keeps you accountable? You'll just keep kind of doing what you're doing without any. I'm sorry. What systems do you need to put in place to help? Oh, okay, no, that one. So you just keep going and going, and you don't know if you reach that goal or not. So you don't keep doing it. You're not going to keep doing the same thing over and over. Strategy is trying to understand where you sit in today's world. Where do you sit? Who are you? Are you happy? Do you want to do more of what you're doing now? Or do you want to, I'm going to work this job, but I'm going to do this on the side because this is what I really like to do, but I got to work this job to fund what I really like to do. That's been my reality. I like what I'm doing, but when I looked over my calendar for the year, remember in the beginning, it says glancing backwards plans you forward. And when I looked backwards, I realized I'm not doing enough networking. I'm not talking to enough people face to face. Like, this is cool, but I want to talk to people. I get energy based off of talking to people who are like-minded, who want to grow. So I was like, I'm doing something about it this year. Okay. Effective systems include measurement. Tongue all tied. So that was that one. Effective systems include application. And let me tell y'all, there's so much in this book. I can't even go through all of this. So I'm telling you, put a number in the comment. Jessica won last week. I think Jennifer won the week before. And so put a number in the comment. All you have to do is send your address to me, and I have it sent to you. This is me giving back, okay, giving forward for you all to do these exercises in this book. Measurement makes a difference. It enables you to set goals, evaluate your progress, judge your results, and diagnose your problem. All right. If you want to stimulate your growth progress and evaluate your results, build measurement into your system. Those are SMART goals. Christy did a whole a live on what's that called we do in the beginning of the year? Vision board, but it included SMART goals. All right. And that was really, really important. Now, effective systems include application. Let me tell y'all, no plan is worth the paper it's printed on if you don't start doing something. And this was me. I had plans over plans over plans over plans. I had notebooks of plans. I took notes, all the great things, and there was no action. And we know if you don't show any action, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of your time. All right. It is a waste of your time. What are you going to do now? Ask yourself that. It is not just enough to plan. Planning is important. It is important. Both plan and action must go together. The plan creates a track, and then the action creates traction. And once you start moving, come on, that's when momentum comes. All right. So you keep going. Planning is important. You plan glancing backwards. I love he said glance backwards. You don't stay there. You glance back at what you did the year before and you do better. All right. Or you do less of something that didn't serve you. Number 5, effective systems employ organizations. It will make you organized. The number one time waste of most people is looking for things they lost. That's me. Let me tell you, somebody will ask me something and I'm like, okay, it's here. It's here. Wait a minute. Let me see. Maybe I put it on one of these hundreds of sticky notes I got. Oh, maybe I wrote it in the book. Oh, maybe I put it in my notes. Let me find what picture. Oh, and then I've wasted 30 minutes looking for something because I didn't have a system of how to categorize or organize information that I know I'm going to use later. So what did I do? Because I have over 20,000 pictures in my phone. Yes, don't judge me. I take pictures of everything. I categorize it. So I have family. I have images of my product that I sell. I have pictures of just me because I know I use a lot of pictures of me in my products. Wearing my products, I have quotes that I get. I have screenshots of things, but everything is in a category and it's by year now. So my phone, Apple, I don't know if it's everybody's phone, but everything is by year and month. So now when I search things, I make sure like, oh, that was last year this time. I could go back, pull the picture of the event, post last year and this year, or share information. So systems, because when he says that, I waste so much time looking for stuff. Right now, my room, if I could show you, is full of stuff all over the place because somebody ordered something and I can't find it because I steered away from the system that I have to organize my jewelry when it comes in. And what does that cost me? Time. It costs me time that I can't get back. All right. It costs time. So you have to be effective system, not just creating a system to say, oh, I got a system, but a system that works for you. All right. If you don't have a problem with organization, then you don't need a system for that. But I do. I need a system for organization. All right. The next one is, did I put that one? Effective systems promote consistency. If you have an effective system, you're going to be consistent because it's going to make sense for you. It's going to prioritize what's important to you. And it's going to make sense. It's going to be what it says. Nope, not that one. I'm going back. What he said effective systems are. Oh, they're deliberate, they're intentional, and they're practical. So if you have these type of systems in your life, and this is a hard work, you're not going to be able to create that just from watching my live. What this live should have you do is like, I got to get that book because now I got to go through because there's plenty. He kind of guides you through what to do in this process. But he says, if you want to succeed in the long run, you must learn to be consistent, day in and day out, week in and week out, year in and year out. That means you're not going to just all of a sudden, I won. You're going to win a little bit each day, a little bit each week, a little bit each year. You're going to win a little. That's what you go for. If you go for the big, aha, oh, she winning, she was doing this, but you didn't see all the little steps. You didn't see the late nights. You didn't see my account negative. You didn't see I sold this so I'd have extra money to do this. You didn't see the dream deferred over and over and over. You just saw the big win. She got a store. Oh, she winning. I want to do that. You didn't see everything that happened in between. No sleep at all. Like, oh my God, I have 2 hours sleep and I got to get up. You didn't see it. You didn't see the sacrifice. So your systems have to be deliberate. They have to be intentional. They have to be practical. And then those systems will employ organization. And then that organization will lead to consistency because it makes sense for you. When you're doing with somebody else, it's okay getting somebody else's systems. I mean that. It is okay to adapt somebody else's system, but make it work for you. You don't have to start from scratch. There's too many people. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but find people who are like-minded like you. You want to be where they are. Look at what they do. And then you can say, okay, I like this part, but I don't want to do this part. Right. I like a lot of stuff that Christy does. And for the most part, I'll model it because she's my mentor. She models what it looks like. So I will do that. And then there's some things I know I was like, dang, I'm not that efficient at it. So I got to put some other things in place so that I can deliver the information and be there for you guys and be there for myself and do it effectively. So he says, and we're still in the secret of success is found in your daily routines. What do you do daily? And in doing that daily, do you record that stuff? Write it down. If you write down seriously, you may say if it's too much for you, then you don't want this, because this is a daily journey. This is a daily journey that you journal almost in your planner, in your book. What am I doing? It wasn't until I start writing down. Basically, I get up, I make breakfast, have prayer, I watch motivational Zoom. Some days I wrote down everything I do. I wrote when I eat, how much water I drink, like everything. And then at the end of the week, I go back and I look to all these places. Why you ain't do this consistently? You said you was gonna do this. Come on. So the next week, I set new goals. And then I try to do it that way. So that's how you build. Okay. That's how you build with that. Give me a heart if you with me still. Give me a heart if you with me, because it's the hard work. I told you, this ain't a feel good one. This is that, okay, I gotta work. Applying the law of design to your life. Ooh, and I'm almost there. I got 4 minutes. So I'm gonna go really quickly. Applying the law. Take some time to assess what areas in your life receive the most of your strategic planning time. Okay. Here's a list of areas to get you thinking. This is in the book. Okay. This is some areas to get you thinking. Here's a list of areas. Add others that apply to you. So think about these things as you're systematically planning your life. Okay. It's January. We've got the whole year. Your career. What do you have planned for that? Your faith. Like, my faith is big, but I let that go last year. I looked, I was like, you ain't participate in this and this with your church and this. You want to go on the Bible study. I put other things before my faith. That had to change this year. And I've started out differently. It's kind of later, like November or December, and I'm in a different place. I'm in a place of peace. I'm in a place of joy. I am in a place so I can come and deliver to you all differently, because I know for my faith, I change where I had that at. Can't come last. You get what all I got left. No, that can't happen. Seek ye first and everything else comes. So that's where I'm at this year. Family. I plan a lot for my family. When I looked at my calendar last year, I'm like, definitely I plan. And my children are adult children. So I was like, this year, not so much. I'm not going to do so much plan. I'm going to let them plan stuff, and I'm going to attend things that they have. Your health. I am big on health. So I juice. I stretch. I realize I can't do so much cardio. But I do things, strength exercises, I'm doing things to stay healthy. What hobby do you have? Marriage, relationships, personal growth, vacation. All right. These are some of the things, are the big pictures that you start out looking at for your life. There's something I wanted you all to hear as I end this, though, of what people talk about at the end of their life. Like when they were at the end of their life, some of the things that they wish they had more of. And it was really important, because I was like, see, this is me not having this. And I said I was going to put a star next to it, and I didn't. So this is me looking for something that I should have already put there already. So my time almost up. I got one heart. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. It was spending more time with family, being more smart with their money, time with family, not worrying about their careers. So remember I said spend more time planning for your life than you do your career. If you plan your life out right, your career is included in that. You got to have some balance in it. All right. Sometimes you may be like, oh, I'm going hard for my business. But other times you got to go hard for your family or hard for your health. And most times it's not going to be like balanced like this all the time. So don't let me tell you, because when you're going hard for your goals, sometimes it's going to be here. When you're going hard for your health, sometimes I got to go this and this but because you went so hard in one area, it'll sustain while you're going hard for this. Just don't stop. You know what I mean? You create systems. Now that my business is, I have systems in place where I can get sales, and I'm not even going live. I got sales because I got other things going on. I've created systems that I don't have to be so the face of everything in my business. So now I'm free to start seeking other business, to start doing other things that I want to do. All right. That was systematically designed. All right. Know, you guys, that this is the hard work. but you were built for this. Those of you who've been coming on every week, you're built for this. Those of you who come on later and watch the replay, you are built for this. Yes, it takes time. I've gone, and it changes. It changes. Like, this is a plan. But remember, take a plan and start acting on it. If you just planning stuff and you never take action, you are wasting your time. You're wasting your time. And I will tell you again, this has to be the most profound statement in this chapter, is about being unhappy. You working, you killing yourself to do something you don't even want to do. You don't really want to do it. You don't really want to do it. And unhappiness is not knowing what we want, but killing ourselves to get it. That right there, look, as Christy say, I'm gonna sip some tea on this. I always think it's so cute when she does that. Next week is the law of pain. The law of pain is next week. And good management of bad experiences lead to great growth. Come join me next week as we talk about how we take that pain and flip that thing around for your greatest growth, for the greatest you. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a marvelous Monday. I hope this changed your mindset of some of the things you're doing. If you don't take anything away, go back. If you don't have a planner, go get a planner so you can start writing your stuff out for this year. All right. Right. So next year, you'll be able to take some of these things, look back at a glance, and change your actions so you have a more productive year and you're a happier, better you. Bye, everybody.